the next one we're going to be doing this shark underwater. That's a fun one. So because it's a similar image, I'm gonna go for the still shot that's about here, and I'm gonna look at the two images. Huge difference. So how do you get closer to this one, right? So this can be interesting, right? Because when you look at it and you try and understand it, how do you understand it? Well, first you need to analyze the image and kind of figure out what's going on. So, what method could we use this time? Let's try moving this down like this first. So I'm moving here, I'm looking at the parade. Let's try moving this one down there. And let's try moving this one somewhere around there. Let's do a bit of a expanse. Let's do a little bit there. And then let's do a contrast. So when I do the contrast, I think I have room to give a little bit of room, right? Like so. And I'm looking at it, I can see the blue is more around there. I can see the green is around there. And I can see the red is actually around there. So let's turn it on and off. And what am I looking at? I'm looking at the histogram. I'm looking at this. Okay. So there is a higher range around here. So I'm just gonna make this a little bit brighter, say around there. And then I can probably get away with a bit of color grading already. And I'm just tweaking it slightly to be closer. Bit more contrast I think is kind of important. I'm just gonna push them a little bit up. Okay, and I'm gonna have a look. Right now you could probably get away with for this kind of footage, and it's just to give you an example of other things you could in fact do to your image. So I'm just gonna look at it and I'm just gonna tweak it a bit more, so, and then maybe I'm gonna actually allow it to be a bit around there so it's a bit brighter. Gonna so go around there, push it. Okay, so for this we're gonna have a node called color primaries, which is the same as color wheel normally. Gonna have a second node, and in this node we're gonna go to our masking option. We're gonna go to the gradient. We're gonna make sure we have the power window, which is what we're using at the moment. And just for the sake of ease of use, just gonna increase the intensity here so I know that it's working as intended. And we're just gonna tweak it about somewhere around here. Look at the reference. And what I'm doing is making it slightly brighter, but I'm giving it this green looking tint look, and I'm adjusting it accordingly. Okay, so I don't want it to go too far. I just want it to be around here, and all I want to do is get that green look. So see what happens. You have this green kind of look here that matches the original. Look how amazing, isn't that? That's so good. Now, arguably, depending on how picky you are, you can say that the colors I might maybe a bit off. So you could go back here and you could go, okay, I'm gonna make it a bit more maybe around there, right? So you could do that. You could also just use the gamma to kind of balance the image a bit. Okay. Because we have a little bit of cyan and green going on in general in this aquatic image, so that's what's happening. You could turn down the general highlight because you can see it's a lot, it's pretty dark actually, and you can instead allow this one to do most of the work, so you get that highlight there. Okay, and then as a final tweak, so let's just do a label, let's do a gradient slide, I would just call it. And then the last one we could do, we can do another power window. We can do this power window, we can add it around this area. So let's say we shape it around there, like so maybe. And we're just gonna go into shadow. And I'm gonna invert it first, so shadow, like so. See what we did there? Gonna go back here. Like so. Gonna go there. It's definitely a bit more. Like so. See there? And then the cool part is it's gonna follow along. Now, depending on the situation, we're gonna go through this a couple of times, but we'll go through it later. But look at that. If that's not beautiful, I don't know what is. Okay, it's a very clean image now. Look at that.